Welcome back. I have Chucky Hess on with me, and we are making one pot lasagna soup. So I've heard of lasagna. I haven't heard of lasagna soup yet. What do we got
you
here?
Told me you were a little Italian family, and
we've never thought to do this.
I know, and people who are
sense.
Italian may be very offended by this approach, but
throw a little Midwest in there,
I'm
right?
sorry though in advance. I did go to Palooka's if it makes you feel any better to get my sauce. So
I love it.
Yeah, so it's it's really nice. There's no building. It's like takes less time, and it's all in one pot. Like easier to make, easier to eat. It's like, why have I not had this like a million times before in my life? I love lasagna though. So.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so in here I already have cooked 1 pound of hamburger or ground beef.
For our viewers at home.
With some onions and some garlic. You can use Italian sausage or something like that, or a mixture of both. In my original recipe, I did both. But for today, just for simplicity, I just did ground beef because I like it that way anyway. And if you notice in my pan, we were talking about this off air, but like see the stuff down there?
Right, so this is important, you guys. So look at this. It's literally, it's kind of looks like it's burnt on. Evidently, we've been making our ground beef incorrectly.
All your life, right?
Yes.
Well, people tend to stir too much. Stirring is fun. We always love stirring, but you feel you want to be doing something. If you would just leave it alone and let it get like a little bit crispy, we're not talking burn it, but if you want it to get a little bit crispy and a little bit of the meat like kind of stuck to the bottom, that's where great flavor comes from. So like it's the small things that make you like from an okay cook to like a fantastic cook, and that's one of the things.
We need those little insider tips,
I know,
right? Take it from here to up here.
Yeah, and so this next one's another one that I'm going to give you. This is another little tidbit. So I mean, all kinds of things happening here. Okay, this by the way is a fantastic product. Tomato paste usually comes in those little cans.
Yeah, and then you have to throw it out.
I know, or you leave it in your refrigerator and you shouldn't. So this tomato paste is in this cute little tube, and it like you can use it as much as you want, and then it's like toothpaste. It's so fantastic.
Chucky, you must be protected at all costs because these are golden little nuggets.
Priceless stuff here. Priceless.
Insider information we're learning about how to cook.
Well, it's available at all the local stores. So this is obviously the end of mine, and I have used it all, but I didn't waste it, so which is fantastic.
And you got the flavor and just a couple little squeezes.
So the other thing that I think is really important when you're making something with tomato product is that you cook it until your tomato. So like my tomato paste is nice and bright right now. You guys can hopefully you can see that. So it's nice and bright right now. You're going to cook it until it turns darker, like a darker red. That's when you know that like it's flavor.
Colors that we need to be visually aware
of. So paying attention. So so you're going to do that. Cook it until it's a little bit darker. We're going to assume that has happened.
Okay, and that's a perfect place to stop because stick around. We're going to have part 2 of the final one pot lasagna soup here with Chucky. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this break. All right, welcome back to part 2 of our one pot lasagna soup with our good friend Chucky here. Now we just browned our meat. We added our little squirt of our tomato paste. What is next?
We changed the color of the tomato paste.
All about the color. All right.
All right. So there's a couple ways of making this. I chose the fast way for us this morning. I went to the local Italian market and bought this fancy already made spaghetti sauce, which is fantastic. You can also use the jarred kind.
Okay.
But if you have time, a cheaper approach is to do the like a canned tomatoes and cook it for a while, which is what the original recipe actually has for the directions. So when you get on there, you'll be all confused. Like, that's not how Chucky did it. So okay, this is how we're going to do it on here, though, and it's great both ways. I think that when you're a good cook, you kind of get to the place where you can make adjustments. But some people like really specific directions. So.
Sometimes for us beginners, you got to have everything listed out.
I hear you.
Don't risk anything. Don't leave it to chance.
Okay, I'm going to have you pour some water in here, like maybe. It's going to be like for about 4 cups.
1, 2, 3.
Let's stop there for a second. Okay, so then we're going to do that. You can use canned chicken broth or whatever.
What is that?
This is a bouillon that is like a little paste. I like the flavor of it a little better than like those little cubes, but cubes are fine too. So,
okay.
Whatever makes you happy is what I like to do.
Chicken beef, you got all the flavors.
You can use a beef bouillon too if you want. I like the chicken in there for this. We're going to add a little bit of crushed red pepper flakes.
Some good spice.
It's not going to be spicy, so for those of you who are freaking out thinking, I don't like things that are hot, leave it out. But I'm telling you, it's not hot. And then a little bit of basil. You can also use Italian seasoning if you like. I just like the basil part of Italian seasoning. That's my favorite.
Oh, this is coming together beautifully.
And then here's the other secret thing is when you use something with tomatoes, I prefer to add a little bit of sugar.
Sugar.
I know. And
sugar, that's a first.
It's got a little bit of moisture in it, so it's stuck together. I'm going to make a big
mess.
We're on a
little sweetness.
I would start with like a tablespoon. There was a local restaurant here that was gone since before you got here, and it has a super sweet sauce. So you can adjust it to be whatever makes you happy.
Secret ingredient right there.
All right, so we're going to bring that to a boil.
Okay.
We're pretending it's boiling right now.
The boil.
And then I'm going to enlist your help. So it takes about 8 lasagna noodles. You can use regular other pasta shapes if you want, but it's lasagna soup, so hello, lasagna noodles. Takes about 8 of them. Oh,
Oh, we're just breaking them, huh?
we're gonna break them up, and it is like sounds like firecrackers going off when you do it. Sorry for those people on the microphone.
Right on the mic.
How many did you do?
I did 2.
Okay, so that was 4, 6. This is 8. Oh. So then
Fun
you're
for the
going to
kids.
cook your pasta until it is al dente, meaning to the tooth. It has a bite left to
Okay.
it. And normally, obviously, this would totally be boiling, so don't do like Chucky does on TV sometimes.
All right, so we're going to boil the noodles, and then we'll come back for our final and third part
And
of
you'll get
this
to taste
cooking.
it.
Oh, and the taste. I can't wait. Stick around. We'll be right back with more right after this. Welcome back. Join with me right now in studio is Chucky Hessong, and we are finishing our one-pot lasagna soup. Now, already this has been cooking. It smells wonderful. Now we're just putting the little final ingredients on.
It does. So you're going to cook it till your noodles are al dente. Then we're going to throw the healthy part in here, right? So,
Help.
you know, like spinach is something you can measure if you're that person. I'm not.
Measure it with your heart.
That's right. And spinach is good for us. And it deflates. So don't freak out if you're thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to be
True.
spinach soup. So
I'll let
we're gonna
you.
so we're going to cook this until the spinach wilts a bit. The hot soup, it should happen pretty quickly.
Very Italian.
Yes, and then you get your little healthy greens in there. I mean, when I make lasagna, I don't put spinach in there, but I love.
You have to.
You do?
Everyone does. Otherwise, how do you get the green in there? You have the red, the white, and the green. It's supposed to be the Italian flag.
I feel like such a loser now. No, I don't.
No. Well, I never thought that you can make lasagna in soup form. So we're both learning something.
Okay, so we'll call it a tie.
Yes.
Yeah. So so it's wilted already. Look how fast that happened.
I love that. I love that.
All right. So so you asked earlier. You're like, where's the ricotta?
ricotta?
Yeah. You're just like, where's the ricotta cheese?
It's not lasagna without the ricotta.
And some people are okay. I know this is going to hurt your heart. Some people are not ricotta fans, and so if you are not a ricotta fan, go eat the cottage cheese. It's fine.
It is.
It is
You
fine.
can actually mix the two, I know.
Yeah, so that's the soup. We have mozzarella, ricotta, and the Parmesan cheese. Put that stuff on top.
All right, so now
I
we're
go with
just-
ricotta first, yes.
The decor, right? All right.
Yes,
so
make it pretty.
ricotta, you want to do a little scoop to poop?
Yep,
Scoop to poop.
However much you like.
There it is. And then let's get jazzy with a little bit of the Parmesan and the mozzarella.
My son puts like about half the bowl of mozzarella because that's how he likes it.
Man, I could have made it prettier, you guys, but
It's okay, we still love you.
it's just cheese soup at this point. But I mean, it is. Look, you got the green, you got the white, you got the red.
And it was in one pot and super easy. If you use the pre-made
good.
salsa, you can have it done like way less than an hour.
It's good.
Good.
It tastes like lasagna, and it's a soup, so it's perfect for these winter cold days.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay, and where can people go to find this recipe?
LaughingRoosterEats.com is the
All right.
blog that I have, and I share all my family favorites and then some, constantly changing and adding to them, and whatever you guys are interested in, hopefully you find a recipe there that inspires you to make one.
Oh, I love it. Well, Chucky, you're incredible, and I absolutely am going to be making this dish at home. I suggest that you at home give it a try because it's really that good.
Good.
All
I'm glad you enjoyed
right.
it.
Well, stick around. We got more news coming up after this.